setup, I changed the broadcasting software because there was some updates on the old broadcasting software. And those updates on the old broadcasting software didn't jive with the hardware. So as people are tuning in, if you could just let us know that you hear us okay. I believe that you can. I think you can.
I'm going to tune in right now.
But I'm not sure. People are just going to have to tell us because I don't know. Also,
look at that closed caption.
This is the cast at Glocker. I have that up on the screen. You can join us on YouTube at Glocker Realty and Insurance. So there's that. I can see that we now have some people joining us. Thanks for tuning in. We're at the Flying Pig in the lovely borough of Boyertown. What's the address here?
112 East Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
112.
Yeah. I have that on a graphic, and I'm going to change the graphics up. I'm going to, screen is super small. There's nothing I can do about that today. Again, I'm using new software, and it is what it is. If you change your phone to landscape view instead of portrait view, it would make the screen look bigger. You can also hit
Jen just wants to see our faces.
The full screen,
real close
if
up.
you hit the full screen button on Facebook, it'll also make the screen appear better.
I'm going to do this
bigger.
right now.
I can see people tuning in. Like I said, we're struggling with some technology problems. This is new broadcasting software. I don't have all of it figured out yet.
What we're doing is we're working it out, right?
Live,
yes,
on the air right now.
One show at a time.
That's right.
The chat function. I can see your chats. I can see your comments. Jennifer Ann, thanks for tuning in. Kathy Sell, thanks for tuning in. She's saying hello to Emma.
Is that Mom?
From Emma.
Yeah, that's Emma.
Yeah,
that's
the kids watching.
Keep the comments coming, please. We do like the comments. If you want to get the word about the Flying Pig out to all of your friends, hit that share button on Facebook and share this live stream to your page. The more people that see what we're talking about, the more people that will know.
We're going for 100,000 shares.
100,000
Tonight.
Listen, we have as many as 10 people watching right now. So if you each hit the share button 1,000 times, we'll reach it.
We'll get there.
That seems easy enough.
Yeah.
How hard is it to do that?
Yeah, it's not that hard.
All right, so Jennifer Ann is saying that worked. So move your phone from portrait view. This is portrait view to landscape view. This is landscape view, and it'll make your phone look bigger. You'll see a button down at the corner. It says full screen. Hit the full screen button. That's going to make it look bigger too.
You know what I always tell people?
What's that?
To always take video on the landscape view.
Yes, you want to take video and pictures on landscape.
Because otherwise, if you ever want to watch it back on like a TV or anything, it's a tiny.
It's going to have the black bars.
Yeah.
It's much more professional look.
Absolutely.
On landscape.
Yeah.
If your phone doesn't rotate from portrait to landscape view, that means you have it locked. Go into your settings and unlock the rotate button.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Flying Pig.
Well, we're not going to talk about like
we're not going to. We might just have to do a whole cast at Glocker telling people what to do in order to get the best viewing options here. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Keep the comments coming. We're going to get into the story behind the Flying Pig. And while we're doing that, I'm going to start messing around with some of these graphics.
So I think, first of all, we have Ben and Mandy with us, which was with us about a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long.
Yeah.
And big things have happened in those last couple of months.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we talked with them last time, they just opened their store.
Yes.
And what is the name of the store?
M&B Design Company.
Right. Which you refinish
furniture, home decor, some antiques there. A lot of that stuff.
And then, so you just opened that store.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A couple months down the road, we're meeting with you again, have an interview with you again because you opened another store.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 doors down from M&B Design, so our studio.
Yeah. So the opportunity came up for this, and like Mandy called me at work. And I was like, oh, maybe we should get that store. And I said it jokingly at first. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, usually your jokes are kind of like.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And, well, you know.
I usually know where he's going with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think by Tuesday of the next week, we were signing the lease.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the opportunity was just there. And we had an idea. And we knew we wanted a little bit of workspace for ourselves. And it was nice that it's right next door to our store.
Right.
And I was like, well, we don't need that whole store. That's like, it's a lot of space. And we only needed the corner. We're over in the corner over there. We have a little paint area that we're going to use. And I was like, well, what do we do with the rest of the space? And that's where we came up with the idea to let's just rent out the space as an open concept then.
Just giving people an opportunity to
use
bring their business.
Kind of do what you did.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while, we'll give a little background for people that know Boyertown and MJ's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's the building you're in right now.
Yes. And honestly, when we started doing furniture out of our home, MJ was the first one to contact us and ask us
to bring our furniture,
in here. Yeah.
So this is the first spot we put our furniture out for sale and like the public, you know?
Yeah.
So in a way, you're kind of doing the same thing for maybe other people.
Yeah. Just they can come in and showcase their skills or what they have, what talent. So we have yoga in here. So that's a nice little twist, you know?
Right.
Good one.
That did work good.
That's some good marketing right there, buddy.
But yeah. So it's just neat to see this one evolve and the different people coming in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what you have here is open studio at this point.
Yes.
Right?
We basically will rent it out, give people opportunities like by hourly.
Yeah.
You know, so we've had like some kids classes in for STEM classes for kids to do, art classes. There's going to be a couple. We have a woman starting up next month that's going to do creative play for ages. I think it was like 2 to 4, and then she has ones up to I think 6.
It goes like 2 to like 9. Or 10, right? Or it goes up there in age.
And what's that? Creative play?
Creative play. It's just gonna be like a dress up kind of play, kind of like little parties by the hour.
Oh, yeah?
So just for the kids, something to do in the mornings or afternoons or whatnot.
She has a lot of great parties. We met her here the one night, and she has a lot of good parties. So that's gonna be a really cool one for kids. Any kid, that's gonna be one that you want to sign up for.
Like does she set up?
Yes.
The party,
it's
like
themed
the
party,
whole theme.
social setup,
So
like
there might be
a pirate theme to a tea party to
a spa day for spa day. You know.
Yeah.
So if I had children, well, I do have children, but I could. So I could say, hey, you know, I want to have a party, but I can't have it at my house. Too many kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Then they contact.
We're working on doing some of that too here.
Okay.
Yes. With birthday parties.
Is that what she's doing or
Hers
no?
is going to be more of, it's going to be every Thursday morning she's planning on doing it. And it's just going to be
Oh, it's just anybody just come in?
You'll have a sign up sheet. They'll have either online or we're also going to have one for in the store eventually working up to that. But hers is going to be you sign up through her and then she'll have like 6 kids. And it just gives us an activity for that morning.
Yeah.
And then you just come when you can. So every week we're hoping to have one.
Oh, okay.
And how do people
Cool.
sign up again? How are they going to find you to sign up? Do you have a website or a Facebook page set up?
Website's in the works,
Yeah.
but through
Right now it's through the Facebook for the Flying Pig.
Okay, so
It's
go
all
to
through
the.
there, and then we'll direct you to the instructor of that class.
Okay.
And then they'll handle that. But we have everything. We keep everything posted on pretty much daily, multiple times a day of what's coming up, so people can click on those links and they'll either take it to a link to that person's personal business page or to like their Google signups. That's how yoga's doing it. So each instructor manages their own class.
Do either of you do yoga?
I started once the first class. I'm here every Thursday, so beginners are very much welcome because I am very much a beginner, and I learned to stay close to the wall in case I need like a little.
It's tougher than you think.
Yeah, it's
No,
not easy, but
I heard that before.
yeah, it's great. The instructor is Abby. She's awesome, so I'm enjoying it. Our kids have done it a couple times.
Yes.
And it's just talking about getting kids classes in here. So
Kids yoga.
yeah,
So
that'd be cool.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Because you don't really see that too often.
No, and that's basically we want to give people an opportunity to bring their business here to help them, give them a platform to hopefully grow.
And if they have that idea, it's almost risk-free to try it out in here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you have a month of you're not just jumping in and getting a lease in the store for a month.
Right. It's just one day.
Yeah, like let me book a class for an hour or two. And, see how it
build
goes.
A clientele.
Yeah, build a following. And
Yeah.
that's the whole goal. It's just to hopefully help people build that little bit of a following and almost boost them through that first step of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And is that how your ultimate goal is, just to keep it going that way?
And then we hope for anyone to outgrow this and be like, hey, like I'm done doing classes, I'm getting my own space. Like that's awesome.
Yeah,
because it took us how many years just to get this far. So we know there's like it's a process.
Yeah,
you have to trust it and just keep going. Mm-hmm. One foot in front of the other, and it's.
Yeah, I want people to outgrow this.
Yeah,
and just bring new faces.
So it's an incubator, basically. You've created like a little incubator space or maker space so that people can grow their business, without the overhead.
And
then that first step a little bit easier,
and still giving things like people in Border Town, even like more like Pottstown, wherever, but giving them something to do either during the day or on a weekend, like on an evening, like just kind of give it a spot where people can kind of like gather and give it like an activity.
Yeah, and since it's such a flex space.
Yes.
You kind of just keep your eye on it. You never know what's going to pop up.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
Photography, like we just had Santa on here on a Sunday. Yeah. It's like photographers have used it.
Santa came early.
Yeah. It was
everybody
awesome.
needs Christmas cards and stuff. So
right.
Get them edited
Perfect.
and printed, but
So it was fun. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this before, but how did the flying pig come about again?
Honestly, it just came. I saw one. My sister-in-law got one for Christmas, and I seen it. And I was like, I just always love the flying pigs. But like the kids, like we're always telling them that our pigs fly because anything's possible. Like, as long as you do it, like your pig will fly. Like,
that's right. That's what the saying goes. When pigs, like they said, this will happen when pigs fly.
It's like, no, our pigs fly. Like, don't look at it that way. Like, just go for it.
They're gonna fly here. Everybody's dreams are gonna come true in here. That's the whole goal.
And back to that again. So I mean, it's a great thing that. Someone could just, someone that's been having an idea, but they're like, I don't even know how I would even start that.
Yes.
Right here's the place you could start it real simple.
So when we actually got Abby in here for yoga, it was just, we were in here working, and coincidence, she walked by.
Painting hard on the Friday night.
And that night she walked by and she was just talking to her husband about she wanted to start doing yoga again and start teaching classes.
Yeah, and I stepped out. I was like, hey, she's like, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, we're hoping like yoga. And she's like, oh, I'm a yoga instructor. I was like, get out. Like, this is perfect. Yeah. So now she's here.
And she wanted a space. And it's like, no, that's perfect. That's what we have here. Yeah. So let's make that work.
Yeah. So, very cool. Yeah. Very cool. Nice. We were talking earlier that you also wanted to have, you wanted to change your entrance a little bit here. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
You go for it.
What do you want? The brick?
Everything.
Well,
just like the welcoming part.
The entrance?
Yeah.
Okay, so once we eventually set this up, I want to keep the front area almost...
a common area.
Yes, it's going to feel welcoming, so you could walk in. I'm shooting to be
class or not, like if you're not taking a class or anything,
point.
just come. If we're on doors open, come on in.
Yeah, there's going to be a schedule up in there, so you can almost see the month schedule of what's coming up. Maybe even sign-ups or something there. But it's a place that you can just come in, check out what's going on. If there's a class going on, you could see it happening, and get a feel for the studio. I want it to feel open and welcome here. For the community. Yeah,
not just a sign up type situation.
No. Yeah,
but
like just come only. In. No, it's just come in.
Yeah, just come in. The doors open. If I'm trying to shoot to be open like 8 to 8 once we're up and fully open, but that way, like 8 to 8, just stop in, check it out. Like, look what's going on. There's always gonna be somebody here to greet you or welcome you, and that's kind of what we're going for. Just a good community feel.
Now, do you have like a standard rental rate for this?
This past all of October, and we're gonna push it into November. We're doing just $25 an hour for whoever needs the space.
Yeah,
for October and November.
Yep, just for us, and then you charge whatever you're charging for your class. We're trying to keep it even when it's kind of like our renovation costs right now.
Yeah.
But even when we up it from there, it's still gonna be. We're thinking in the $35-$40 range.
It's still
maybe.
I want it to be low.
Yeah, we want it to still be affordable for people. We want you to be able to make something off of this. You know, we're just providing you the space. Like we're not. Other than we'll have tables.
Yeah, you're still doing the work. I want this to be very lucrative for the other people, doing the work here.
Sure.
So that's the whole goal.
Yep.
I think we'll do good with it.
Cool. How's everything going over there?
Everything's going. I'm trying to keep the chat going because it is really important to keep those comments coming in. So I'm participating in the chat as Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. You'll see me up there. I posted up links to the Flying Pig Studio Facebook page. You can click on that link right there in the comments. It's going to shoot you over. I also used our new streaming software, and I put up the link for the Flying Pig Studio. So
I like
if
that.
you want to see how you can search, just type in the Flying Pig Studio into your Facebook search bar, and that's going to come up. You could also type that into your Google search bar, and it's going to take you to their Facebook page.
Oh, awesome.
You know, what I'm seeing here, I kind of like, is that you can see the video and you can see the comments in widescreen. Like you can see them along the side the whole time.
All right. So
I like
if you
that.
like that,
I do like that.
Then we'll keep this view set up. Now, it's going to make us look a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But people might like seeing
around the holidays. We're probably going to want to look smaller, right?
I'm already fat, buddy. I'm not trying to hide nothing. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget that we're also on YouTube at Glocker Realty and Insurance. You can find us over there. We stream live to both platforms.
Awesome.
Sounds good to me. Working on the new studio.
And nobody say anything about sound today? Everything sounds good?
No, everybody says they can hear it fine.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Now I'm getting a no sound signal from someone. So I don't know. Sorry, folks. Matt Green's got a lot to learn about what's going on. So we're just going to keep talking, and we'll do the best that we can. All right.
So while he's doing that, I just want to say again that we're on that Flying Pig Studio here is at 112 East. Right.
Yep.
Say 2 doors down from the train track, something like that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
And M&B Design is 2 doors down.
It's 2 doors down. Yeah.
Yes.
Opposite of the train tracks.
Yeah.
So.
And what is? I mean, let's talk about that too a little bit. What are the hours for M&B
right now? We're doing Fridays 10 to 2, and then we're doing Saturday and Sundays 10:30 to 3. We're trying to fluctuate. We're trying to figure out, once again, like foot traffic and get people. We're trying to figure out how to get more people to come in during those hours. So, but we're also looking I'm gonna actually make a post about, I want to see what days people would like to see open for during the week, you know? So kind of take a poll of what's happening.
That was a little different opening a store because we did everything online before. So actually trying to figure out store hours.
It's completely different.
Foot traffic and just when to be open. That's actually beneficial. Like,
right.
You don't want to be there wasting your time. So
like before, when you're just going through Facebook, it was just simply either someone was contacting you to refinish the furniture, which I did, and you did a great job. Yes. And or they were you would post something and say, hey, this is for sale, and then they would contact you.
Yeah. So now we're still all of that, but then we're also now have a storefront we have to manage and maintain it. So by getting new things in, and it's nice now having here at the studio, because now I can just carry things out the front door, bring them in here and refresh the spot. Like there's no more packing in a car and going through bins and packing in our basement or the living room, even the kitchen, you know. So it's nice to like have it all here in one spot, kind of like under one roof.
I know last time I talked to you, Ben was buying a lot of furniture.
Yeah.
Is he still buying a lot of is he still doing it?
Yeah, that comic books.
Yep, I'm still buying.
Yeah, he's always buying. There's always something still coming in the mail.
Any airplanes lately?
No airplanes.
Saving for a helicopter.
Yeah, his big thing is a helicopter right now. Lily wants a helicopter.
Now, you might have talked about this because I've been a little distracted, obviously, but has this place provided you with some of the space that you need? Because the last time we talked,
yes,
you were like doing stuff in your like kitchen or something. So you're like, half sanding a chair and making spaghetti at the
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're always painting in the kitchen,
Yes.
the living room.
So the front corner up there on
in
the
the
other
window,
side,
in the front window of the
is-
whole store or the
yeah,
whole
we just
studio.
kind of kept that for our little corner. That's going to be the little paint area that.
Okay.
Some
you
people
can be
can
there
visually,
working.
they can see as
Yeah.
we're working. They're so cool. If people are walking by, sometimes people are walking by. They're standing there just looking at you. It's like a little workshop up there.
It's kind of fun, right?
It is. It's cool. So
Yeah, so that's going to be our little area, and then over there we're going to have some storage for furniture on the other side, and
That's cool. It's like a live window display.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, yeah,
that's really cool.
it's almost like a live billboard.
It really
Yeah.
is. It really is.
Yeah,
So-
so I figured that'd be neat. It would be a neat spot to do it.
And then behind that, there's we hung a canvas up, but behind that, we're actually going to have pre-sanded furniture where it's ready to go.
Mhm.
So if someone's looking for something specific, we can actually just walk them back there and be like, well, this is what we have. This is what we currently have. Because we haven't been able to offer something like that before.
Yeah.
Other than like take pictures, but to be able to see it in person, people like,
And be like, yeah, I'm looking for that style. That's perfect.
Right.
Okay. Like it's there available. It's not like I got to search for it anymore.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
hoping to get that a little expanded with that storage space over there.
Matt, you know what I'm stuck on?
What?
Their live window display and they're refinishing furniture.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm thinking about when I work,
Yeah.
and I love doing hands-on stuff, but at some point something goes wrong, and I'm like,
yeah,
son of
that's what I
a
mean. Yeah,
beep,
yeah,
beep,
yeah.
beep, beep, beep.
Right.
So you get to see that live,
No,
right?
absolutely.
If you're walking
Yeah.
by right at the right moment.
Or your
Yeah.
painter's crack or your
Oh,
carpenter's
Right.
crack.
That's
yeah,
all
you
the
forget,
time.
Yes. You have headphones in, you're dancing to yourself and forget that no one else is
That
there.
all comes free.
It does. It's definitely a show up front for sure. So
So come on down and
Yeah.
come on down to 112 East Philadelphia Avenue and see what's going on in the front
There's always
window.
something going on.
always something. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
So are you doing more work from here than from home right now?
Yeah. Yes, we're doing definitely a lot more here, but there's still like I thought once we'd have this, we'd have the house right back in order, and it's absolutely not that way. It's still just as hectic in its own different ways now.
Yeah, we got a lot of projects to do here
Yeah.
to get it to like the full vision that we picture it. So
24 hours in one day is not enough.
Yeah.
There's just always something going on, and you
Yeah, they
always have
should
to be-
expand that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should.
Would
Yeah.
be
So
nice.
yeah, there's always something happening. But
Speaking of something happening, do you have any events coming up or anything coming up that we should talk about?
yeah, we have what is it? The
we
November
got yoga
actually-
tomorrow.
Yeah, we have yoga tomorrow night, 6:30 to 7:30.
Yeah. So
Um,
sign up for that. What's that? Abby's fourth class.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that.
It's $12 a class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have November. I actually wrote it all down. I'll have to go get it. I don't why I bring it with me. It was November 3rd. We have a kids class going on in here that Jen is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an art explorers class. I mean, actually,
And you mentioned
get your book.
STEM.
Yeah, I need to
What does
get
STEM
that.
stand for?
it's for like science, art, math, all
So,
that stuff.
with the science, technology. What's the E stand for?
Engineering.
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 and
Science,
mathematics.
technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Yeah.
STEAM.
Oh, it's STEAM.
Yeah, they added the
Oh.
A.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's something that a lot of the school districts are trying to focus on.
No,
because
absolutely.
It includes, it's more inclusive than just what you remember from your standard read and write and arithmetic.
Mhm.
It also starts to encompass some of the VOTEC stuff, which
Right.
I think is super important.
Very
I think
important.
Get some
all
little
the-
hands-on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's more geared to create a more comprehensive learning environment
Mhm.
than just, sit down, shut up and read,
Right.
which we're finding is not the best way for all students to learn. So by incorporating the STEM or STEAM principles, you're reaching more learning types.
Very good. You're like a dictionary.
Well,
So
that's what Jen-
I'm a big advocate for VOTEC because not every kid needs to go to college or wants to go to college or even can go to college.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we have to give people an opportunity to learn in the way in which they were created,
Yeah.
right?
and learn at their
Mhm.
own pace.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this. I have a son who is a kinesthetic or a hands-on learner, and fortunately
Man,
enough,
you want to define kinesthetic?
kinesthetic, it means hands-on.
Oh, okay.
A hands-on learner. And he fortunately we live in Pottstown School District, which has an on-site VOTEC program.
Oh,
So 3 years of high school, he got to do welding and auto right there at the high school.
That's
so for
awesome.
him, this was a principle that completely reached him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he's not the kind of guy who is going to do his best in a traditional classroom setting. So I know a lot about it because it's personal to me.
Oh,
That's so
absolutely.
awesome.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the hands-on careers, they're in high demand right now.
They
too.
are. So for instance, like
Because everybody's saying college. But
correct.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for instance, if you're a Generation X or like you and I are, our generation was encouraged not to go into the vocations, right? We heard college. So there was a whole generation that skipped going into VOTEC.
Right.
And now there's a shortage in all kinds of work. Like, I know the statistics for welding because my son studied welding. Over the next 5 years, there's going to be 500,000 unfulfilled welding jobs in the United States.
That's terrifying.
Because there's not enough new people going into
There's
that
not enough
trade.
people getting taught it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Wow.
there we go. So you guys are trying to reach that by incorporating that into your.
And our friend Jenna, she has her businesses Indigo Creek. She actually does a lot of furniture. She has her own little spot back here for her furniture and whatnot. She comes in and paints. She has a 4-year-old son, and she's the one who's actually running all those classes.
Okay.
And she's very hands-on, earthy. Like her soul is so sweet. Like I love her to death, and she's great with kids. So she's definitely geared towards everything that way, and even like nature walks. Like it's a good time. So I think her classes are November 3rd, the 5th, and the 3rd is actually the Art Explorers. So that's gonna be like the STEM class, STEAM class. And then November 5th, she has a bring your own piece class. So you come in and you can paint your own pieces.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So as long as you can carry them and bring them in here, like it's all game. So she did a couple of those, and those are fun. Like I know the ladies love it.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And the what?
The ladies love it.
Okay.
Yeah, they love it. So, and if you're here to help carry furniture out too, they haven't minded that either, right?
Yeah, those classes have been good though for her.
Yeah, they're fun.
If Ben's here, you can bring a couch.
Right?
Hey, if you can get it painted and get it out of here, fine.
So yeah, there's a variety of things going to be,
Mhm.
and it's all on the Facebook, and we're definitely going to try to.
There's a lot more coming.
We're definitely going to lay it out better sooner than later.
Yeah. I'll have to get a
without everything being
website
offered.
with a schedule on it that makes it a little bit easier for everybody to navigate. And then there could be profiles of the different artists or people we have in here doing classes, a little description of
Instructors.
them.
Right,
Yeah, instructors.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is there a schedule that we can see right now or not?
Not right now. Right now, I have it kind of just posted on the newsfeed.
I mean, this is really fresh, right?
Yeah, it is so fresh. Like,
Yeah.
and when we did this, it was really on a whim, just like that. Like it's just we're just kind of like throwing it all in here.
Your whims seem to do pretty well.
Well, I'm hoping, yeah, that's our goal.
Well,
so
yeah.
after painting this whole thing, we're finally now kind of being able to circle back and like start the real important stuff, other than the cosmetics of this place.
Mhm.
You know.
Start getting different people in here and start
Yeah.
working on filling the spaces and seeing what works well in here. We have some homeschooling.
Oh
Things
yeah,
coming
we
up?
just reached out on a Facebook homeschooling group that I follow because I homeschool our kids.
Okay.
And I had a bunch of actually opportunities reach out to us about holding other kind of classes, like the what was it called, like the sensory bins and stuff like that. I've had a few art teachers message me. I've had someone else about yoga reach out. So it's
It's ever changing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and definitely bringing homeschooling into this would be, I think, really beneficial. So
Yeah.
I would enjoy it. Just get more kids together and still keep it a
Mhm.
creative learning space.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a pretty blank slate, but
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
offers like anything.
Yeah.
I mean, really anything.
That's
you
why
can
it
think
seems like
of.
we're all over the place. It's just
Yeah.
because we can be. There's like
Yeah.
it's able to house that, you know. So
Yeah. And yeah, we're trying to find what works well and what times,
and what people are looking for.
yeah, like kids classes during the day or like what's going to fill. We want it to work for the instructors. So if like your class isn't working in the day, if we change it up to at night, like we got to try to schedule these things for the people that is going to be most beneficial for them.
Right.
So we're working around that too and just paying attention to that as we go. as we grow and as we
go and as we grow.
do everything. But yeah.
Birthday buddies. We just had them on the show. What was that? Last
week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
she's
messaged
saying-
us today.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yep, they're saying they're going to try to reach out to you
Mhm.
because they think they could do some collaboration with you.
Yes. Yeah, 'cause we even
Awesome.
talked about birthday parties and stuff like that and small events. I thought,
And helping other businesses just help each other.
And they could just simply do meet and greets here.
Right.
You want to do your
Birthday
fantasy
buddies.
football draft
Yeah,
here? You can do your fantasy
absolutely.
football draft
Yeah.
here. You know?
He has all the sports memorabilia. But I was
Yeah.
like, we should just have like a man's night on a Friday night, do like 7 to 9, like beers and sports.
During
you
these
know?
cold winter
Rent your
months.
man cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. During these cold winter months, I said to her about we could do a little indoor flea market or something like that, a little indoor setup where people, as you're walking through town, you could have a different a table set up in here where, you know, a different person at each table about their business.
Even
And
like local
Yeah.
businesses
Yeah, just-
and whatnot.
just offers another little avenue for free advertising for everybody then in the area.
Yeah.
The small business incubator is it's a idea or a concept that's been used repeatedly for community revitalization and community development. So it's something that's happened in other communities and been super successful in other communities. So I think it's a great idea that you're bringing it here to Boyertown,
Thank
and
you.
especially right on the main street,
Yeah.
right out where everybody can see.
Yeah, it seemed like a
Mhm.
perfect spot for it. It's
Yeah.
right almost in the center of town.
Yeah, you don't get
so-
any more central than this.
No.
No, and it's
Right.
only a few blocks from our house, so it's still convenient. We never leave town. If you're gonna be around, if I stop, I'm always around.
Yeah.
We're always around unless you're working.
Ben, you're
but-
still working,
Right on.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still working.
Yep.
Someday.
He said we'll get there someday.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the cast at Glocker. You'll notice some new graphics. You'll notice some new screens. We're using some new broadcasting software today. So let us know what you think. We'll try to incorporate feedback into the setup to show as much as we possibly can.
I wonder what it looks like on YouTube.
I don't know. I haven't been over there yet.
I haven't
So
either.
if somebody wants to swap.
Well,
over,
I know my parents watch each week and they watch on YouTube. So
and
I'll
they'll
ask
let
them.
us know.
They'll for sure.
All right.
We'll have
Yeah.
an update next time we're on.
Next week. My mom's saying hello. That's what made me say that. Hi, Judy Green. Thanks for tuning
Hello,
in.
Mrs. Green.
She's the executive producer of another show called Porchcast Pottstown. That's going to be on tomorrow.
I like
at
that.
6.
I you know, it took me a while, but I just noticed that she was the exec producer.
the
I like
exec
that.
Producer.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There you go. All right. Thanks for everybody for tuning in and staying with us at the cast at Glocker. I'm going to get a little tricky right here and try a new graphic. I'm going to put that up on the screen. We're the cast at Glocker every Wednesday at 6.
Look at that.
Join us here.
That's so cool.
Thank you. We're about halfway through the show, Jeff. So if you want to start going into what's going down in Boyertown.
You want to know what's going down in Boyertown?
I do. Besides all the lovely things happening here at the Flying Pig Studio.
I mean, for real, like everything's going down here. You know
everything's
that?
down.
Everything's going down.
And we can't even cover it. There's so much stuff going on. We can't cover it all, but I'm sure you're going to give us a highlight as best you possibly can.
Of course, of course.
And how do you do that, Jeff?
I
How do you highlight what's going
I
on?
searched the internet.
Right?
Yep.
And then where do you put that information, Jeff?
I
so
put it
people
in
can
one
find
place.
it?
It's you can go to the website jeffknowsboyertown.com and it's what's going down in Boyertown.
What's going down in Boyertown?
And if you can't remember that, then I don't know. You need help, I guess.
And that's a www, correct?
That is a W.
All right.
Yes. But you don't even have to put the www in.
Right. But for all you
.com.
moms out there, that's a www. Triple W.
That certainly is.
I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it up in a caption for you. So let us know what's going on. And I'm going to get hard at work promoting your website.
Okay, so you know what's going on, Matt. You know what's going on, and please, everybody, chime in.
Yeah.
But you know what's going on this weekend, this Sunday in particular? Is there anything that you can think of?
Halloween.
Halloween, of
Halloween.
course. That was a setup. Yeah, so Halloween's going on. And what I talked about in my blog this week was a question that usually what pops up in my head is what goes into my blog.
Mhm.
And that is, why do we put candles in pumpkins and make scary faces on them.
Oh, we still gotta do that.
The old jack-o'-lantern, why does that even happen? So I looked it up. I found out there's actually a very good story about a person and an Irishman named Stingy Jack.
I think I heard him.
Yeah, which is the reason there's a jack-o'-lantern.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you the story right now. You're going to have to come.
I gotta
You're gonna have to look at the blog.
The kids and I just looked it up.
But it's a really cool story. I looked at it. All the versions seem pretty much the same. Sometimes they cut out some stuff. I put the more longer version in because I think it's a really cool story about Stingy Jack tricking the devil. And then him forced to walk the earth for the rest of his
eternity.
Yeah, for eternity. Yes, that's right. So check that out. That's a good Halloween story. You can tell the kids, and then they won't sleep at night. I'm wearing my the Shining shirt especially for Halloween today. I'm drinking my pumpkin beer.
There you go.
I'm all set up for Halloween.
You're all festive.
But also, I also gave some tips to how to carve the perfect jack-o'-lantern. And I'll give you a few right now. I'm not going to give you all of them. You still have to go look at the blog. But there's one thing that really popped out to me that I never thought of. And it's supposed to really help with, when you cut out your pumpkin and then everything kind of sags in real quickly.
Yeah.
Well, they say to cut the bottom out of the pumpkin instead of the top.
Oh.
And then because that top is what kind of like holds it all together and it sinks in.
Yeah.
So now you have the strength of the bottom and you're just cutting that bottom part
I'll have
out.
to try that.
So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year.
I don't want to test that one.
We didn't carve.
I mean,
we didn't do it.
it's been 47 years of cutting the top out. It's really hard to change my mind on that. But
I'm trying to think of what I've done. I know I've cut the back out of them a couple of times.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the pumpkin was shaped.
Right.
I have cut the back out.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, because you cut the back out and then you can reach in there and still put the candle in there. But just because of the way the top was, it just made sense. Like sometimes they're goofy shaped.
Yeah.
They're not like the perfect pumpkin.
No, right.
Sometimes you want to carve the ones that aren't perfect because it makes it even better.
It even better, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I like that idea though. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Cut it out the bottom.
I know.
I don't have anybody in my life that carves pumpkins anymore. So you'll have to report back to us on how it goes.
All right.
I think you should
I'll let you know.
You said
I
you
should.
might
It should
not,
be a test.
but I think now you have to.
I think I want
because I'm going to ask you next week how it went.
All right. You talked me into it. I'm doing it.
You got to. You talked about it. You got to follow your own advice. Jeff.
It's not really my advice.
Well, you found it.
I found it. Yeah. The other thing that kind of was interesting was they told you to sprinkle cinnamon on the inside of the lid. So if you do cut the top off, sprinkle cinnamon up there, you put it back on, and then when you're burning it, it smells more like a pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice, Matt.
Pumpkin spice.
I thought that was a good idea. I'm like, yeah, cool.
I'm gonna do that one. I love
And the one that popped up that I found interesting because I have kids and I thought this was a no-brainer. It says to let your kids join in. So I put it in there. But to me, it's a no. Of course, you're going to let your kids join in. They're going to come in, get that slop out the guts of the pumpkin out. It's the best.
I usually get stuck doing the rest of it, but
You'd always do it because I'm really bad. I'm like the standard, like triangle eye and one little tooth, and Ben's all like,
you can't hand your kids knives and tell them to start cutting away, but getting the guts out, that's too much fun.
That's the fun part.
Right.
Tablecloth down.
Yeah.
Do you guys roast your seeds afterwards?
Yeah, we
Okay.
try every year. I try.
So I have a recipe.
I used to burn them, or they don't taste the greatest.
Okay, so here you go. I got a 5-star recipe that I also am posting for the pumpkin seeds. How to do it, what's in it, blah, blah, blah.
I will have to check.
Super simple.
it's on you now.
Okay.
I wonder if everybody's using these air fryers now. The air fryer might be a kind of good way to do it.
It would probably is a very good way. I don't know if you get that roasted though.
I don't know.
You know
Part
who
of it.
has who has an air fryer? The producer of this show, Jen Seville.
I saw, and she posted that she loves it.
So maybe I'm throwing a gauntlet down. Jen, you got to roast some pumpkin seeds in your air fryer and let us know.
Let us know.
Please, if you do roast some, please, I'm requesting pumpkin spice, pumpkin seeds.
They're not.
Please bring them.
Did you ever have roasted pumpkin seeds?
I used to do it all the time with my kids.
Delicious, right?
Yeah, I used to
them.
do it in the oven, and I would put them on a sheet or a tray.
Yep.
And then a couple of times while they were roasting, I'd pour them into like a bowl or a dish.
Okay.
And then shake them, and then put them and spread them back out to try to get them even as I possibly could.
That's a good idea.
And then you the way I avoided burning them was to leave the light on in the oven so I can see, and then I'm staying there. And as soon as they start to turn brown, I pull them
out.
Yeah. Because I did the same thing. I set some timers a couple of times, and it burns them
too far. It's just like, oh, they all stick together, and it's just like, oh, that's.
And sometimes you have like two different size pumpkins, so the seeds aren't the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the other part of it too. Try to use as many of the same size pumpkin seeds as you can.
I agree with you.
Because the smaller ones are going to cook quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I've learned.
I got to throw a shout out to my wife. She does a really good job at the pumpkin seeds.
Right.
And I eat those for weeks because she cooks
does
a lot of them. Yeah.
So I also think that if you use some high temperature oil, it might help too. So I used to use olive oil all the time.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
But you could probably use something like a walnut oil, which is higher temp, or even squash oil. They make squash oil that you can get in the gourmet oil section.
Right.
That might, and then put them on your tray to roast them.
Pumpkin seeds.
Yeah. I would clean them, make sure all the pumpkin goop is off of them. I would dry them as good as I can, put the oil on them, then put them on the tray.
I will say that the recipe that I have posted, or that I will post tomorrow, has butter, and I'm a butter guy. So
butter would be good too. Butter's got a low. You have to be careful though, because butter's got a low smoke point, so it's gonna start smoking sooner than like olive oil or some of the other oils we just talked about.
Well, how they have it, I'm going to tell you.
We're nerding out on pumpkins, dude.
How they have it, and I don't know what my wife's recipe is, but how they have it is that you're cooking for 45 minutes at 250, so it's a pretty low setting.
Yes.
And then for the last like 5 minutes, you crank it up to like 325, and that browns them. So that maybe
gets all of the moisture out, cooking them low and slow.
Yeah, right. That's what exactly what it does. And you get that last roast at the last 5 minutes.
Check out that recipe.
Yeah. That's at jeffknowsboyertown.com.
Awesome. I'm definitely gonna go check
what's going down in Boyertown. Yeah. So lots of good tips, I think. A really good story. I think it's a cool story. I love finding out how things
began.
How they began, and the cool, interesting stories behind them are really really interesting to me. But so it is an event blog. So each week I have all the events that are happening in and around Boyertown. And I can't tell you all the events are happening. There's too many to talk about right now. But what I want to do is highlight the Halloween type events that are going on. First of all, I want to just mention that the Bally's Halloween parade was supposed to be, I think, Tuesday night. It rained, so it's pushed back to tomorrow night, Thursday night. So Thursday night, 7:00, you can go to the Bally Halloween parade.
Nice.
I was at the Boyertown Halloween parade this weekend. It was awesome.
It was good.
Yep. They had the flaming car, the flaming hearse. Yeah. But you know what?
Transmission went.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. I went to high school with the girl.
It was.
So you were looking on how to contact the flaming hearse, right? Weren't you? Well, she knows it.
Yeah.
She just said she knows it.
Scott Schaefer's on 422.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe, from what I was told, the darn transmission went out on the
because
way
they
to
were in
the
a parade like the night or two before that.
Yes, at Douglasville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
That's
way to the parade.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So they're on a
It
rollback.
went on the way to our Boyertown parade.
They were on a rollback in Boyertown.
Yeah.
But those flames are still shooting
going.
out.
That's everybody's favorite. That thing, yeah. Every time you hear a parade, you're like, is the hearse going to be there? Every time. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And they weren't there on 2019, and I remembered that.
Yes.
I was very upset about that.
Yeah, and it's like, wait, but you didn't see? Yeah, every year.
Yeah.
Right?
So Bally Hotels parade. I mean Bally Hotels. Bally's parade. I used to work at the Bally Hotel, Matt, as you know. So that's why everything's Bally Hotel all the time. So that's Thursday night. The Colebrookdale Railroad, which is right behind us here, they have a lot of cool autumn stuff going on and Halloween stuff. They have their fall foliage rides Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So you can jump on those. They have a zombie invasion rail bike laser tag hunt. Ooh, did you guys do that?
No.
You look like you're into that.
I'd probably cry. I'm not. I don't like scary.
Yeah.
No, I hide a lot.
I'd probably leave you in the woods.
He would leave me. So I don't really. Yeah.
So that is just Thursday night, and then the Erie Limited Ghost Train with Charles Adams. Do you know who Charles Adams is? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
No.
He's a writer. He does the ghost stories of Berks County.
Oh, the ghost stories.
Yeah.
There's a
And
ghost
he does a
stories
whole
of Chester
bunch. Yeah,
County.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all him.
Okay.
He even does like a ghost stories of I don't know, down the shore. I can't even think of Cape May. He does those stories and
Okay.
everything. He has a whole bunch of books. But
I lived in a house that was supposedly haunted
okay,
that he wrote about in
Oh, really?
Ghost Stories of Chester County. I lived
your
in-
parents' house?
No.
Oh.
I've lived in more parents' houses than just my parents. I am a middle-aged man. I have lived the whole
I
life.
understand it, but I'm trying to think of the houses that you lived in.
I lived at Springton Manor Farm when I worked for Chester County Parks and Recreation. I
Okay.
lived in
Okay.
park housing, and my apartment was in the manor house at Springton Manor Farm, and it was supposedly haunted. And he wrote about it in the book, Haunted Houses of Chester County or whatever
Right.
it was. I never really had any experiences there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say that it was haunted. I only had really one thing
That was
that I
kind of
could
weird.
not explain.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared by it. I just couldn't explain it.
That's
One
awesome.
night there was this music. I could hear this music. And it sounded like maybe like some like classical music or some kind of like light jazz or something like this. And I was like real early in the morning and I'm like looking around. Like I thought it was maybe my clock or something like this. This is before like smartphones. Or anything.
Right.
So I'm looking around. And then there was an events coordinator whose office was next door to my apartment. So I thought, well, maybe Susan left her radio on in her office or her computer or something. So I go in there. I'm checking around. No, it's not that. The house had an alarm system. So I was thinking like, well, maybe the alarm system somehow is picking up a radio frequency.
Mhm. You're thinking real scientific now.
Yeah, no, I
Thinking deep.
could not track down what this was. I never figured out where that music coming from. But that was the one weird thing that did happen to me while I lived there.
Cool.
But I never saw ghosts or there was no jump and grab stuff. But
Right.
one night didn't understand where the music was coming from.
Nice.
That's very cool.
Unexplained story by Matt Green.
That's my participation in the Halloween
That's your
special.
ghost story.
Halloween special.
Yeah.
So Charles Adams, I've seen him before tell stories. He
Mm-hmm.
tells stories that are usually out of his book, and there's
And
a lot
where's
of
he
stuff
gonna
in
be?
Boyer.
Where's he going to be?
Colebrookdale Railroad.
Oh, okay.
Their ghost train, which is Friday at 7:30.
Nice.
So jump on board and take a ride and listen to some cool ghost stories. Anita and I did my wife and I did the ghost train, like, I don't remember, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And that wasn't with Charles Adams or anything. It was they were just telling the stories over the
Over the loudspeaker.
loudspeaker.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
And the leaves are changing now.
Yeah,
so
the fall
it's going to be a
foliage
good
rides are
ride. It's going to be a
real nice.
full on
It's a late-
Halloweeny.
It's a late one because usually, you're thinking they're filling those
Yeah.
pumpkin bags
Yeah.
and stuff like that with leaves, and there's really not
It's
a
'cause
ton
of
of
weather.
leaves
No,
yet.
they
they
didn't
just
really let
started
loose
street.
yet.
They started just picking and doing leaf cleanup. Like this past week, I finally started seeing trucks like sucking leaves off the piles off the streets. And
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah,
Climate change, bro.
yeah.
You want to talk scary?
Yeah.
Climate change.
But the leaves are changing right now, so people look at the leaves. They're starting to look really nice.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I give it like maybe a few more days.
It comes quick. All of a
It
sudden,
does,
before
and
you
it
know
goes,
it's
yeah.
like they're all down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm coming home with leaves in my purse every day. Where we go, the kids are stuffing leaves in any kind of bag I'm carrying.
Nice.
They're like, look at this one, look at this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have bags of leaves at home. In the kitchen.
Right next to the furniture that you're refinishing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty darn
And a
close.
spaghetti.
It's so close.
Friday night, Peppermint Stick Candy Store is doing their Friday Fright Nights.
Ooh.
They've been doing it all October, and you go in and I don't know exactly what they're doing. They kind of have everything set up a little creepy. I think they have some music playing and stuff like that.
At the Peppermint Stick.
At Peppermint Stick Candy Store, yep, and that is from 6 to 8 on Fridays. And Halloween at the Y at the Boardtown YMCA, they're doing that 6 to 8 on Friday. They're having a trunk or treat and all sorts of stuff going on there. The Washington Inn Grill and Pub
Yeah.
in Bechtelsville, they're having their Halloween costume party with a DJ and all that fun stuff with prizes, and at 8:30 they're starting that on Friday.
Nice. Up there on Route 100.
Yep, right on Route 100.
Bechtelsville.
Saturday, the Trinity Boyertown Church is having a trunk or treat from 2 to 4. That's in the afternoon. Good for those younger kids that can't go out late.
I think the trunk or treat idea is a good too, because I know there's a lot of parents that are like concerned about sending your kids up and down the streets and with drivers, and my kid gonna get all amped up on candy and run out in front of Larry's pickup truck, So go to the trunk or treat. You don't have to worry about it.
It's funny.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in the 80s,
You got all amped up on candy and ran out in front of Larry's pickup truck.
that's a
That's
a given. But you know where I live, right? I lived in Perkinsville, very rural area.
Yeah. Mhm.
And we used to walk, me and my brother used to walk around the block, and we were both trick-or-treating, so we were probably under 13, probably
Right.
14, and so we would go on our own. There was no parents or anything with us.
Yeah.
You're
And we
walking
just go
around
door
in
to
the dark.
knock on the door, just like go old school and trick or treat. And the best thing though is that it was probably one of the last years that my brother did it. At least we stopped at this one house. We called it the Monkey Lady's house. And the reason we called it the Monkey Lady's house is because she actually had a live monkey.
She had
in her
a monkey.
house.
That's so cool.
Was the monkey like handing out treats, dude?
So she invited us in, and we could say hi to the monkey.
And the
I don't know
monkey-
if the monkey gave us treats or
Was
not.
the monkey all amped up on candy?
The monkey,
He was like
the monkey,
chowing
the
on
monkey drank
Snickers.
beer. The monkey did everything.
Oh
He
my
had his own
gosh.
TV. He watched his
Yeah.
own shows and everything like that.
Yes.
The monkey was awesome.
Sounds like a good time.
But it sounds crazy, like
Yeah.
like that.
That's
your kids
crazy,
do
dude.
Yeah.
That now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah. ours
So
is,
there's not going to
Times
be
are
any
changing.
drunk monkeys at trunk or treat.
No
Drunk monkeys at trunk or treat. So if you're worried about drunk monkeys, go to trick or treat at trunk or treat.
The monkey lady gave $1 bills though.
Did she?
Yeah,
That's so
which was
funny.
awesome,
Ah.
especially in the 80s.
Yeah.
That must have cut into the monkey's beer allowance, though, man.
I don't know. I
We used
think
to have a monkey lady
How did the
that would
monkey
buy
feel
from our
about that?
vegetable stand as a kid, and she had a stuffed monkey hanging in the back of her car. I'm like, the monkey lady's back, because she'd always leave like a couple
Maybe it was the
bucks.
same one.
It
Maybe
it was
the monkey
You always
after
thought it
the
was
monkey
lady, too.
died.
It's funny you said that.
could
Maybe
be.
it was his monkey lady.
Right?
After the monkey died, she
Yeah.
stuffed it and
She
put it in
drove
her
around her
car.
Oldsmobile.
Wouldn't that be funny if it was?
That
was
she
true?
did stuff the monkey.
There we go.
Ah,
See?
it's gotta be.
Full circle.
How
see?
many how many monkey ladies could there
100%. She stuffed the monkey. She did.
That's funny.
Don't you know you got to stuff the monkey?
Do you remember the Halloween shop in around the corner from me?
Yeah, in Perkiomenville. It was called Littles.
No.
Or was it Littles?
It
was something.
I don't know why I can't think of it.
It was called something costume shop.
Yeah, Swans costume.
Yeah, there you go.
That's she owned that.
The monkey lady.
And the monkey was stuffed and in the costume shop.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Yeah.
Now we just have to figure out if it was the same one.
We got to figure it out. It's interesting.
Oh my
That is
God.
interesting.
Okay, so I don't even know where we were at.
Doesn't matter.
Something.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah. Hey, I want to make this is off the Halloween subject, but
Yeah.
I learned sad news this week. And Soul Joe's Comedy Club. Do you know what I'm about to say?
No.
They're moving out of Royersford.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they had the dome there.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. Have you ever guys ever
No.
went or anything?
Mm-mm.
But you knew there was a comedy club
Yes.
there? Yeah.
Yes.
So they had this cool.
It was like a sports bubble. It was like one of those
basically.
bubbles that they put over sports fields.
Yeah,
Except
and
it was open on the ends.
And then it
Yeah.
was like all sand inside. You could bring your chairs. You could bring your own beverage. Bring your own
whatever.
food, yeah. And then they put on comedy shows, which was great. And they kind of did that out of the COVID situation.
Definitely, because he was in the process of opening a comedy club
Indoors right
correct,
there, I think.
on the main street.
Oh, was
somewhere.
it in Main Street?
Yeah, it was somewhere on the main street. And then COVID hit right as he was getting ready to open. I think he might have even been open.
He might have been open
inside
a
for
little bit.
Short period,
Yeah.
but then had to go outside. So
Yeah.
that was how he shifted gears in order to overcome the challenges of COVID-19.
So I felt that we had this gem in Royersford, which is not far from Boyertown here.
And he was getting national acts.
He's getting huge acts.
Yeah, international acts
Yeah.
like Jim Brewer. Yeah, like some big acts. Yeah.
So
Wow.
the news I found out is not that he's closing, but he's moving. He's moving to basically King of Prussia. It's Norristown address, but it's basically it's some golf course.
Okay.
So he's going to be indoors, which saddens me because he's going a little further away.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? But good for him. I mean, I guess I think it's right. I think it's a progression upward, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder too if it has to do with some of the developments that are happening along the river there, because I know, for instance, that they're bringing the Schuylkill River Trail right down through where that area was. Maybe he had to move.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to have a conversation with him just to know.
Yeah, we should maybe try to circle back with him.
And we did have him on their show.
Yeah, it was a good time.
A really great show. But so this last weekend, you know who you guys having on? Gilbert Gottfried. And if you know who that is,
Yeah.
That's funny.
That dude's funny.
So I guess there's going to be a couple. I think there's going to be a couple weeks lapsed. I think I know he's coming back in November in the new facility, and he's going to have Dice as the first. Act.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Apparently the Dice man loves coming to this area. He thinks he has great shows. He likes the people, the whole 9 yards. That's what Soul Joel was telling me after the show was that most of the comedians, even the big name ones, they loved coming there. They thought it was great. So more power to him.
Mm-hmm.
He hit on something there.
He did,
maybe even by accident.
And I hope that if he has the opportunity, maybe he brings something like that back to Royersford. Something, because that was unique beyond unique.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like what you guys are doing.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
He's going inside now at the golf course.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be good for wintertime, I guess.
Definitely good for winter. Definitely good for winter. We were there on a very cold day.
I was layered up, dude.
But we
was prepared.
We warmed up, didn't we? After
we got some shots of whiskey.
Yeah, free shots of whiskey that were they were way more than shots.
Of course, yeah.
I had to stay for the whole show.
We did. We did. But then Sundays, Halloween, of course. Happy Halloween, everybody. And then I just want to make a mention because we had AR Workshop on in Gilbertsville.
Yeah. I see them all the time online.
They're doing their chunky knit pumpkins on Monday from 6 to 9. So, just because Halloween's over, the pumpkin thing is still around for fall and stuff like that.
Thanksgiving,
Great gifts
all
and
that. Yeah.
Great decor.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what's going down in Boyertown this week, and much, much, much more. Check out the blog, what's going down in Boyertown on jeffknowsboyertown.com.
Very cool.
All right. Do you guys, we talked to you for a bit, but I want to make sure that we covered everything that you guys would like to talk about.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe so.
Yeah, just follow our page for all updates as they happen.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's happening. I just go day to day anymore.
I'm trying to keep
That's all we can do, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it posted as much and up to date as much as I can. I'm definitely going to figure out a better way so people can just go on and see exactly what's happening. I might just this week, maybe just post a picture of a calendar of what's happening.
Yeah, class schedule.
Once we get more foot traffic, and like we said, we're at the front, we're gonna have a lounge space where you can come in and see what classes are coming up or what's happening month to month.
And you can certainly email me or message me through Messenger.
Okay.
And I will definitely, I'm going to try to definitely post what you have coming up anyway.
No. Yeah. That's why right now we're trying to fill up spots and we're doing, it's just right now we're still on a good step 2 of building this, first step was painting the whole place and getting it ready to go. And
it'll get there.
Yeah. But now it's just kind of bringing people in,
Working on filling time spots and getting new artists in here.
And there's time still to be filled. So if anyone needs a spot or has any questions,
got any ideas that you think?
Us,
shoot us the ideas you got. And
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll give you some good feedback and hopefully we can get you in here and get something rolling.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Good deal. Today we were with the Flying Pig Studio. They are located at 112 East High Street. High Street. No. 112 East Philadelphia Avenue, Boyertown, Pennsylvania, 19512. That's the lovely borough of Boyertown. Flying Pig Studio. I put up their Facebook page. They're easy to find. Just search them on Facebook, the Flying Pig Studio. This has been the cast at Glocker. I am the tech guy now, Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. I will be on tomorrow at 6:00 on Porchcast Pottstown. We're going to be interviewing Evan Brandt.
Who's that?
Who's a local newspaper writer. He's going to tell us about the plight of the local newspaper. A lot of local newspapers are being bought up by huge corporations.
And what are they doing?
Hedge funds, gutting them, selling them off. They're killing the newspapers.
Right.
Killing the little local
brands. And it's super important because these local newspapers are the ones that investigate local happenings.
Right.
They bring you local politics and local news so that you can stay up to date on what's happening in your backyard. If there's no local newspaper to do that, a lot of uninformed people.
Yep.
So it's super important to support local news as much as you can. So we're going to be hearing from Evan Brandt from the Mercury. He's going to fill us in.
That's going to be really interesting because I want to hear how the Mercury is adjusting, I would say.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah, I'm going to listen.
It's going to be a little bit of a grim tale for Halloween. So that's what we're doing. Tomorrow night at 6.
But there's always a way, right?
Oh yeah.
There's got to be a way.
I
think one of the ways it's happening is
people still want news. I mean, people are looking at news more than ever, and that's
right.
I mean, that's
sure. People want what's in their backyard. They want to know what's going on. And so I think what we're kind of filling that function a little bit with these live streams and podcasts that we're doing, right? We're going out into the community. We're talking to local business owners. We're talking to members of local organizations to find out what they have going on and what they're doing for the community. So to a certain extent, I think there's been this kind of grassroots effort to kind of fill in the gap.
I wonder
what you're doing with your blog.
Yeah.
You know,
I wonder if you like as a newspaper, because obviously paper newspapers are dead. Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe you start buying into these blogs and whatnot and grouping them and
think
kind of
that's
putting
after
out
the-
there as a picture. I mean,
Sure.
as a package. I mean,
Package.
yeah,
Yeah.
picture, but a package.
That might be a solution.
Yeah.
That's
You're
a
actually
good
getting
point.
the
Maybe I'll.
perspective from
Yeah.
the community.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the local level.
Yeah. Right.
They
Right.
can grab
The
Those
you.
ones
local
that
You
guy
you're
grab
like
heard.
Jeff
it.
is
Yeah,
giving you
yeah.
the stories.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him, but that's a good question, and
Right.
it might be a solution for something like that to do. Just make it a little bit more organic. That might be a good solution. So we're going to be talking to him tomorrow night on Porchcast Pottstown at 6:00. Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate or Porchcast Pottstown on YouTube.
Find me at Jeff at Glocker. Also, check out my blog at jeffknowsboyertown.com. What's going down in Boyertown is the name of the blog.
There you go. This has been
Yeah.
the
You
latest.
can find us at the
episode.
Flying
Howdy.
Pig Studio Co. or M&B Design Company, and
Or anywhere in Boyertown.
yeah, message us through there. I have web pages in the works. I'm gonna have to get the studio tied into that for now, but
And a sign's coming. We
Yeah.
don't have a sign yet. We're working
Sign
on
is
that.
coming.
We have been
Yeah.
working hard
The
on
live
that.
display is here
logos
now,
coming. I
though.
got a
Yes.
logo coming that I'm working on yet.
Yeah,
So there's a lot coming up. So just follow our pages for all updates. That it's going to be the easiest way to get them out to you.
Awesome.
Great. This has been the latest episode of the Cast at Glocker. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be on next Wednesday. Are
We
we
will
doing
not.
a show? We're not on next Wednesday.
We're actually going.
Oh, I'm going away.
Yeah.
I'm going away.
It will be actually 3 weeks from now, but we will be posting older shows
Okay.
over the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tune in on Wednesdays for some reruns.
Reruns. Yep. Good
All
reruns.
right. And they'll actually probably be on right on time at 6:00.
They will.
We can
They will,
schedule,
for
we
once,
can
they will.
schedule them to post.
We weren't bad today, though. We were pretty much on time.
We were pretty good
No,
today.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoys our new broadcasting platform and our new look here on the Cast at Glocker. Keep the feedback coming. We're going to do our best to accommodate our viewers. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for supporting the show.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
you.
Halloween. Bye-bye.